And so Sarah was going to receive you. Penelope did not mention you were coming to tea.
I have not come to tea, Mr. Tu. I have come to see you.
Oh? But the tea is here, so won't you join us? Do sit down. Penelope! Penelope! No use. Once Penelope's been exiled, she's lost to the world. Now, Miss Gill, let's begin, shall we?
Mr. Tu, I have heard.
Oh, dear. Where?
I have heard. Grieved.
I am sorry, Miss Gillen. I'm afraid I cannot offer you sugar.
Mr. Tu, I would be most grateful if you could just give me your undivided attention for just 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Why, of course, Miss Gillen. Certainly 5 minutes.
Is the church decorations for the Harvest Festival?
What is?
Mr. Tu, have you ever been dissatisfied with my contribution to the church decorations in the past?
No. No, I don't think so. Why?
You will remember that I've always decorated the pulpit for the Easter and Harvest festivals. It has always been understood that the pulpit was my special effort. Everyone knows it. I have decorated the pulpit since
time immemorial, I know.
Not quite so long as that, Mr. Tu.
Certainly, of course not, Miss Gillen. Do have some tea.
No tea, thank you. So anyway, I've arrived at the church this afternoon to do my little bit, and what do I find? The church has been decorated behind my back.
No. Who has dared to do such a thing?
No one would tell me, but I have my suspicions. I have no quarrel with you, Mr. Tu. We have always been the best of friends, have we not?
Oh, yes, undoubtedly.
Wonderful friends. Everyone knows it. And so I hope what I'm going to say... I am sorry, but I find it so difficult to concentrate with that dreadful noise. Do you want to say?
Yes, it is a little distracting. I'll ask her to, Penelope! Penelope!
Oh, is that you, Lionel?
Yes, my dear.
Tell Ida to bring the tea in, will you?
Tea is already in.
Oh. Go easy on the muffins.
Penelope, Miss Gillen is here.
Who?
Miss Gillen.
What about her?
She's here.
Oh.
Do hurry down, dear. Miss Gillen is hurt.
Good. I mean, I'm terribly sorry.
Such a keen sense of humor. Now, Miss Gillen, where were we? Oh, yes, the pulpit, of course.
Mr. Tu, I will come straight to the point. I have reason to believe that the pulpit was decorated behind my back by Mrs. Tu.
Oh, dear. More awkward.
Of course, I have nothing against Mrs. Tu personally. There are those who don't think it quite the thing for the vicar's wife to be seen in the village wearing trousers, even in these times. But as I say, we must remember that Mrs. Tu was an actress, an American actress, before she married you.
We must also remember that Mrs. Tu was niece of a bishop before I married her, and still is.
Oh, but of course, but the stage. Curious profession.
Miss Gillen. You must forgive this, Miss Gillen, but I'm straightening back.
Of course, one just gets so dirty decorating the church, doesn't one?
Quite. Well, now, who is with Mother?
Mother.
I mean, who poured out the tea? I'm dying for a cup, but I'm frightfully superstitious. The English say that if two people pour out the same pot, it's a sign of morale.
Oh.
Or that one of the poor is going to have a baby. And we don't want one yet, do we, Lionel? And I'm sure Miss Gillen doesn't.
Mrs. Tu.
I
By the way, darling, do you think Mr. What's his name will mind?
Mr. Who? Really, Penelope, you do.
Oh, you know, Mr. Your friend who's coming to take the circus for you tomorrow.
Oh, you mean Mr. Humphrey?
Yes, of course, Mr. Humphrey.
Mr. Humphrey is not a friend of mine. I have never known him.
What do you think he will mind?
Will he mind what?
Well, we ran rather short on chrysanthemums. I'm afraid the pulp is mostly decorated with turnips and leeks. Miss Gillen, more tea.
No tea, thank you.
Oh, what about
you yoo-hooed.
Yoo-hooed? So I did.
Did you know the soldier, Penelope?
Not from Adam. In fact, I hardly had time to notice it. He just waved and yoo-hooed, so I waved and yoo-hooed back. Didn't I, Miss Skillen?
Hardly conduct suitable for a baker's wife, sure.
I'm sorry, darling, but there are times when I forget that I'm a vicar's wife and behave like an ordinary human being.
Penelope, I resent that.
Lionel, if we are going to row, we are not going to have for Miss Skillen.
You need not worry about me, Mrs. Toop. I am going. I am sorry that my good intentions have been so misunderstood. Goodbye, Mr. Toop.
Miss Skillen, I can't say how.
Please, I can only hope that I can forgive and forget. I am rather broad-minded.
I'm sure you are, Miss Skillen.
Penelope, I'll see you to your bicycle.
No, thank you. I'm perfectly capable of mounting my